Okay, I started the recording, so uh, I'll pass it on to those that didn't get involved early enough. But just real quick, I wanted to give you guys a quick update. You guys probably already know, most of you, that leveled up on a different direction. So that's fine. We are going to still continue to replicate um, what they were essentially trying to build, which is um, building out realtor partners for the loan officers, uh, building up the loan side, um, the wholesaling side, which is something that if any of you guys are still interested in doing, we have people on the team that are familiar with it and can help you guys do that if that's still an interest for you. Um, but the leads, I think, was the biggest thing that most people were after with what Leveled Up was offering. And so our corporate office is currently working on getting a similar lead platform for people that want to participate in leads. I'm going to focus mostly on purchase leads, not refinance leads. I don't think the refi market's there yet to entice the right kind of people. So we are going to be buying leads here shortly, which we'll be dispersing to you guys that want to participate for purchase business. And the reason purchase business more than refi is because we want to create this dynamic with our realtor partners and be able to co-work the leads with our realtor partners and create relationships for you guys. So that's more important to me than getting a refi lead, because those people will, they'll come and go. They'll come every so many years to come back to you, but our realtor partners are way more important than the one-off refis that we get every blue moon. So our focus is really going to be around building that community and using leads to do it. Because most realtors, and Jacob can attest to this, if you're a loan officer and you walk into a real estate office and say, uh, I'm Candace, I'm the best thing since sliced bread, use me. Well, so does every other loan officer that walks in that same office. But if you bring a qualified borrower into a real estate office and say, use me, I got this qualified borrower, I need someone to show them houses, that's a much different conversation. Um, and that's how we're gonna build it and grow. Um, Additionally, we're gonna continue having these weekly meetings. We're gonna invite a lot of our different account executives for some of the different investors who we use to discuss their offerings. If you guys have anything specific you want to learn about or know about, if it's a reverse mortgage, if it's a fix and flip loan for our investors, if it's DSCR, bank statement, asset depletion, anything you guys want to know, shoot me an email and we'll get our account executives on board to go over their offerings. We deal with hundreds of different investors, but we can narrow it down to just a handful that are the most responsive, that they will price match or beat price on everybody else. So we kind of stick to those ones where we know the service is there, they answer the phone, etc. So we'll get them on board to go over any classes that you guys want. So just start shooting those out, whatever your interest is. And if nobody replies, I'll just go ahead and arbitrarily add an account executive, just so you guys can take notes. And I will be recording all of these meetings, so we will have a similar archive where we'll save all this stuff for you guys to go back and reference. For if you forget how things went down or whatever, it'll be there for you. I'll also include in that. I have a YouTube channel. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another separate YouTube channel that's just mortgage specific. So any and all videos that like for this one on the Zoom meeting, or ones that I'll produce myself via Loom or whatever, I'll just upload them straight into that YouTube channel for you guys to be able to go and access. I think that's the quickest, easiest way to do it for now. Because a lot of times I'll do these videos, even like this Zoom meeting, and the files are too big for me to email to you guys. So, but if I can upload them into my Zoom chat, or I'm sorry, my YouTube channel, then it's super simple to do for my computer, and you guys will have access to those. So that's something that is underway. The owner of our West One Capital Group is appointing myself and Lisa as board members, and basically going to be turning the company over to us if and when he retires. And or his other concern is he travels a lot, he goes abroad a lot, and he's got really no one to leave the company to in case something were to happen to him. So he's basically appointing myself and Lisa as co-owners of the company. So we will have
Congrats.
full reins on.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, man. So we'll have full reins on
Congrats.
absolutely everything in terms of the company. We already kind of do. Our operations team basically runs the whole company already in terms of, the back end stuff. So but now Lisa's going to be trained on doing wires, which is fantastic because Brian, the owner of the company, is constantly, he's like a squirrel, or he's like a dog with a squirrel, right? He just, he gets pulled a million different directions, and sometimes, getting him nailed down to execute certain things like pay, is challenging. So we're going to be taking over all of that. Lisa will be sending wires out to people as loans close, and there's no wait, right? As soon as that loan is bought off our line and it goes back to our warehouse line, you guys get paid immediately. There's no waiting. So that's going to be nice. The other thing that I wanted to do, and what I wanted to do at Leveled Up, but we never got to that point, was I wanted to train anybody and everybody that's interested in learning the other avenues uh, of revenue that I bring to the table. I've been in the business for 25 years. In that, we have all these crazy up and down markets. '08 crash, the 13 crash, which a lot of you guys probably don't even know really happened, but it was a crash in 13. Obviously, we had this last run with our previous administration raising Fed funds rate. So that kind of was another hiccup in our industry. We've had multiple hiccups. And every time those kind of things happen, we have to reinvent ourselves, try to put on a different hat to try to make money. And so I'm extremely versed in solar. I got into solar in 2013. I've been doing recently been doing some investor for the fix and flip properties. We've been adding solar and maxing the comp out on those. So like we just did one that's a small system. It's about half the size of the one that's on Jimbo's house, and the commission on it's $27,000. Likewise, on a commercial solar, I got a commercial job going right now where we're also incorporating cost segregation. And cost segregation is just another tool in our belt to help show commercial business owners how to accelerate depreciation on their commercial properties. I have one going right now for a 27 unit motel in Anaheim that is doing about a $400,000 solar system on it. They are doing the cost segregation studies, which again is going to accelerate the depreciation. So just so from a nutshell, so you guys understand what that means, um, uh, typical commercial properties have a 39-year class life, which means if you're going to get, say, $1 million in depreciation on your building, you get that 1/39th of that over 39 years, 1/39th every year for 39 years. What cost segregation does basically in a nutshell is it accelerates that so we get them their depreciation faster than later. We reclassify segments of the property into shorter class lives, and there's bonus depreciation to go on top of that. So for that same client in Anaheim, I'm getting her for this year $175,000, possibly more. 175,000 next year and 170 in 2019. This is money she gets today rather than tomorrow, where the value of it's greater today than tomorrow, and she can put it back towards her business. She could put it towards a solar system I'm selling her, etc. And we kind of separate ourselves from the pack. So I'm going to be conducting classes on solar cells and cost segregation cells for anybody that wants to add that to their tool belt. It's all relative to what we already do, right? Everything we do in terms of, putting someone in a house, right? We're immediately creating an appreciating asset for them by selling them a house. Then we put them in a loan and we try to refinance them into a better rate to put them in a better position. We use the equity that the house builds up to debt consolidate them to put them in a better position, right? Everything we do, solar is no different. We put solar on their house to reduce their debt load. We we flatline the payment, and it ends up going away at some point once the loan or the term is paid off. Then they have zero energy bill for the rest of their life. Put in a better position, right? So and cost segregation, same thing. I'm taking money out today. It's basically think of it like a cost-free, interest-free loan that we're pulling from their own monies out of their own depreciation schedule to put money in their pocket to put them in a better position. So everything kind of falls in line with what we already do. But for anybody that's interested in learning about that, I'm going to be conducting classes on it. We will record those classes, keep them on our site for you guys to be able to go back and reference. And as you guys know, I'm always available for anybody that has questions. Aside from that, any questions on any of that stuff from anybody?
Hey, Carrick, do you have to have any kind of license or certification to do that stuff?
You do not. So for the solar stuff, one of the companies that I work with is called Power. They're a national company. Um, so let me back up. So yes, for solar, if you want to be a solar sales rep per se, you do have to have what's called a HIS license, HIS, through the contractors board. You have to go through the training, just like in your NMLS or your real estate license, any of those kind of things. Um, so that is something that, you would have to get if you want to be a solar salesperson. I don't want to have, we're all kind of already focused on one profession. Jimbo's profession prior to getting to mortgage was smashing bad guys, right? And he got really good at that. And then he had to learn a whole new trade, right? And so a lot of this stuff, I can give you guys the bare minimum to make you dangerous. I don't want you to have to go out and reinvent yourselves like I had to do through all my 25 years of working in this industry when the market's tanked and I had to find something else to do. I've already got all that dialed in. I figured it out. So I want to make it as super simple for you guys if you want to just do the bare basics to bring that lead into the door, make your commission just the same. We'll take the reins from there. You don't have to learn everything, just enough to make you dangerous, right? If you want to go full bore and learn it all inside and out, I'll be more than happy to train you guys on it. But I want to give you guys the ability to be able to offer other offerings and still make money on it and not be a one-trick pony, right? So for if you're a lead generator through Power Company, they just launched a new platform, their 4.0, which allows us licensed sales guys to be able to put our team within there as lead aggregators, basically, is the way to do it. And then we could set comp structures right through there, and you don't have to be licensed to that. You could basically like set the appointment or make the connection. We close on the back end, everybody gets paid. And the really nice thing about it is most solar jobs, they take anywhere from 2-3 months from beginning to end to get installed and closed and paid out on. But for the setters, the appointment setters, or the lead aggregators, they're paying in advance to those guys, which is super nice. So that is something that I'll be getting everyone that's interested set up on through their portal. So you guys will have access to it. You'll be able to put your leads into it, and they'll automatically flow through a system. You'll be able to see the milestone updates as they flow through and see your pay come right away. So that is something that's coming for that. On the cost segregation side, you also do not need to be licensed to do that. We have a very similar affiliate program through the cost segregation where we pay out splits on that too. And it could just be a simple warm handoff. There's a lot of different components to it. So let me give you an example of one that we've got going right now. So there is a 70, I think I talked to Jacob about this. There's a 78 unit ground up construction apartment complex going in Hesperia, with a client of mine who's actually out of Vegas. He's an old insurance guy who's got a lot of money, and he's got a lot of uh, partners and guys with deep pockets that are going in on this deal with him. It's a $20 million loan that I'm getting pre-approved for them for this. That's just that portion of it. It's actually a much larger, bigger project than that. But 20 million is the amount of loan amount that he's looking for. Uh, and then on top of that, there's solar on that building, which we're going to try to get as well. But the most important part is the cost segregation. So let me give you guys an example of how amazing and effective this is to capture business. So this guy he doesn't know anything about cost segregation. He's never done it before. He had his developer who's done multiple uh, SFR communities, 140, 180, 200 plus SFRs in communities. He's done multiple, and he's on multiple different projects currently, or bidding multiple different projects. So I had both of them on the line. We shared with them that his cost segregation, because his developer does do, or has somebody that does cost segregation for them, but not the way we do it. One thing for ground up construction or any massive new remodel, like an old um, uh, like high rise office building being converted into apartments, which a lot of that's going on right now, right? Anything like that, we bring in this patented product that's approved by the IRS called green zip tape. It's basically just a drywall tape, but this drywall tape is removable, and because it's removable, it exposes the screws to the drywall, and because it exposes the screws, those screws can be undone, the walls can be removed, and so those walls, all non-load bearing walls, are considered um, they're considered personal property, no longer real property, part of the property. And because of that, there's massive tax incentives by the IRS. So, as an example, his regular cost seg study on this apartment complex that he's going to be building, if he went with his regular guy, it would be about $3 million to get back first year in cost seg accelerated depreciation. But using us and doing the cost seg with us, using the green zip tape, he's going to get back close to $9, maybe $10 million, 3xing his return, which puts money back into their pocket to go on to the next project, right? These developers, when we spoke with them, were drooling at the mouth, and they've got multiple projects that they want to try to get this going on and present to the other developers. Additionally, that same developer, he's got 100, I think it was 135 unit or 135 SFR community that he's trying to lock in on, and we're trying to do solar on all those projects using the PPAs to max out their comp on those, eliminate the warranty issues that they would have to follow up with as the developer, put it onto the power company for warranty. They don't have to come out of pocket for the solar systems like they normally would, because power will do it all for them. They don't have to lay out the money. They go larger systems. Most contractors are putting the bare minimum required for the new code on solar systems. And I don't know if you guys know this, but all residential and commercial new construction, including ADUs in California, have to have solar. They are all putting the absolute bare minimum, 40% systems, not even covering, half of their usage, because they're just trying to get away with the cheapest route possible. But with doing it our way, we can do 120% systems to not only account for all the usage, but also EV cars and other things, pools and other big loads that they might be adding to their homes, putting bigger systems, which means bigger commission, take all the warranty stuff off of their plate, take all the out-of-pocket expense off their plate, and put them in PPAs because PPAs don't affect debt ratio when we're trying to qualify the home buyer to buy that home, right? A loan, a solar loan or solar lease will affect debt ratio when qualifying to purchase a home, but not a PPA because those PPAs they vary, the payments vary based on the solar's production each month. So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, Ginnie Mae do not hit debt ratio on a PPA. So that's why we're going after that. I've already got word from our PPA providers that they normally don't do this on investment flip properties, things like that, or developments. But if we bring volume, they will allow us to do it. So these are other things we can go after and add additional revenue to us. Hi, Nate. I know you're kind of walking in late on this, but I do have this meeting being recorded, so I will be forwarding it to you. Um, um, so that's again these are just examples of other revenue streams that we can earn. The apartment, I think I told you that apartment complex, combined total on loan, solar, and cost seg commission on that, it's probably going to be upwards of $500,000, believe it or not. That the small solar cost seg loan in Anaheim is probably going to be upwards of $60,000 to $70,000 commission. Right, little bigger than we're used to on a loan or even just a regular solar deal. Um, solar and loans, they roughly are around the same amount of commissions, give or take. Or solar is extremely easy compared to loans and real estate. We got to go through lots of hoops and barrels. Solar is extremely easy, but again, I want to offer that to anybody that wants to learn it and add it to their tool belt, even if it's just the bare minimum. Let's not leave money on the table, right? So any questions about any of that stuff? No. Nate, I don't know if you probably didn't hear, but I was offering, we're going to have some of our account executives from some of our investors out there do classes once a week for you guys. So I just want to, if you have anything specific that you want to learn about, down payment assistance, USDA, like hard money, whatever you want to learn, we're going to get our account executives on to go over their offerings. Most of them have niche things that they do. Most all like lenders that we broker to have, they all do the same thing, but usually they'll have one or two products that differentiate them from the competition that's niche. And so usually that's what I like for them to discuss. But anything you want, we're going to start setting up weekly trainings on that with our account executives. So anything you guys want to learn about, just shoot us an email. And okay, good. So Nate said down payment assistance. That's a good one. We have some good AEs that can go over that. So um, yeah. So just let me know. Let me know what you guys want to learn about. And let me know. I want to get kind of a show of hands, and I'm going to send this out to the group and try to figure out the first training. Probably do solar first next week. So anybody that wants to learn that, I'll go from the bare basics. I do have some job aids that I created that kind of walk you through A to Z how to sell solar, how to size it, how to calculate it from the hip without any software or anything. It's pretty simple to do. But anybody that's interested, just let me know and I'll shoot them the job aid and we'll get people dialed in. We'll do some classes and get everyone warmed up that wants to learn that. Rates seem to be doing decent. Candice, you have your hand up?
Yeah, sorry, just saying I'm definitely interested in all the things. So let me know when and where to get started, and I'm your girl.
All right, there you go. I got one fish on the hook. Um, yeah, so rates seem to be I don't know, they're kind of teetering down, it feels like, right? Last couple of weeks we've had Uh, job markets come out. We've had CPI numbers come out. We got dissension in the Middle East. We had NASDAQ crash 400 points, or 4 points, I should say. So all those things typically are good for interest rates. So I'm hoping we'll start to see things come down more as they get down there. Once I think they hit like in the low fives, high fours, that's when I'm gonna start banging the marketing out for refi business. Our corporate office is again, I think they're putting together this new CRM that Lisa's in training on right now. It's got all the AI technology, all the bells and whistles. So they're going to take 30 years worth of clients that they have in their database and shove them through the AI. All new leads that we get, we're also going to shove through the AI and let them reach out to our clients for us, try to warm them up, set appointments, get interest, and then we'll just be shoving those off to you guys to close them out. So that's all coming. Questions, anybody? Want to keep it short and sweet? I know you guys are busy, got stuff to do. No? No? Everybody's good? All right, good. So tell a friend. I'm going to save this and I'm going to upload it. I'll send you guys a link to the YouTube channel to access this if you want to share it with anybody. And start sending me emails. Let me know what you guys want to learn. We'll get it out there. Cool?
Thanks, Kara. Congratulations to you and Lisa. You guys are amazing.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, bro.
All right, Jacob, I'll be in your office. We'll come bug
All
you.
right. Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.